The next thing I'm going to talk about is going from snacking or juices to fruit-rich desserts. Why fruit-rich desserts? Traditionally, ready desserts have been largely dairy products. I mean, if you go in any supermarket in Europe, you will see huge, I know, the retail cabinets filled with yogurts, yogurts with fruits, any kind of chocolate mousse, all that kind of dairy dessert. And our idea was that there is a place somewhere for a fruit-rich ready dessert where there would be, instead of being a lot of dairy and a little bit of fruit to give it a good image, to give it a bit of taste, we would go for a dessert where there would be a lot of fruit and a little bit of dairy. Maybe not cottage cheese because it is really terrible. But so what can we do for fruit-ready desserts? One obvious fruit-ready dessert is a fresh-cut fruits, where we can actually use impregnation for improved color and conservation, and we can add protective microorganisms, and that has been all attempted with an ISAFRUIT. Those fresh-cut fruits, they have one major limitation, which is the shelf life. What can we do that have a longer shelf life? The product is things like puree and chunky puree, which we're working on a French project, fruits and fruit salad in a light syrup. And we know that we can now make much better purees, chunky purees, much better fruit pieces, because we have new processes which have become available and which allow to decrease in a very important way the heat treatment. And in particular all the heating and cooling phases of the heat treatment, so that you will have the same inactivation of microorganisms but with less cooking actually. And in particular two processes which are quite promising is microwave and omic heating. They both allow a better preservation of color and texture. And then you have the products which you've seen already, sous vide and freeze chilled desserts. These have longer shelf life, but they are still short and still need to be kept at 4 degrees. They correspond more to what we call the cinquième gamme. But the advantage that here again you can incorporate fibers and prebiotics in these products. So the fresh cut, this is an example with non-browning apple cultivars, but they have been very acidic, and that's why they've been incorporation, for example, of honey to make them more acceptable, and also tried things like coating to extend the duration of conservation. They've tried impregnation by microorganisms, prebiotics, as a source of, for example, Lactobacillus rhamnosus. Also biopreservation. Biopreservation means that you're actually putting a bacteria on there, and you count on it preventing the growth of the detrimental bacteria. This is an example with Escherichia coli, and of the prebiotic tested, 2 of them here and 2 of them had a significant effect on the growth of Escherichia coli inoculated on fresh-cut apple slices. I'm not sure this will work. We know, for example, for a long time that lacto-fermented vegetables are perfectly safe and healthy, but the taste just is not going very well through the European population. But it works, technically. The taste is something different. As I told you, there are new ways of heating which have become available. Home heating is an instantaneous heating by the Joule effect. In fact, you use the resistance of the products to heat them like in a resistance. It's a very fast heating. It's been examined from an economic point of view. The machine is expensive, but you use much less energy for heating. So if you do it for a long time, it's actually more economic than the more classical rituals, because you use less heat, less electricity. It allows a continuous sterilization or pasteurization of things which are viscous and which can contain particles up to 25 millimeters. And I don't have any data with that on fruits yet, but for example with ratatouille, you get out of this a ratatouille which has a very nice color and the chunks in the ratatouille, which is a vegetable dish, are much firmer. And the other thing is the microwave. Again, the interest of microwave is that you can have a much faster heating. You don't have all the long transfer times that you have in classical heating conditions. And this has been tried in ISAFRUIT, and where we have produced portions of apple wedges microwave heated, and the product obtained had kept a very good color and texture. And last, the freeze shield or sous vide. Then the product can be frozen after preparation and sold at 4 degrees. This is actually something which is done for quite a number of fish products. Or the product is mildly heat treated and also sold at 4 degrees. This has been attempted by our Irish colleagues with wedges. This is a champion wedges, or puree with accompaniment. This is a puree with some custard in it. The problem you can have is that in the freezing actually very much destroys the texture of the fruits and vegetables, so you have a very soft product afterwards. And then I'm going on to what we have, what my group has actually been doing in ISAFRUIT, which is looking at how to best use the pomace, what kind of extract can we make, and the idea is to use this extract as new food ingredients for their antioxidant properties, as a replacement of the synthetic antioxidants which are used nowadays, as new pigments, as new colors. So we are a bit limited. Mostly we have a lot of red color and sometimes a bit of yellow color from the apple. So this is an example of work which has been carried out at Théoulouche, where the pomace from blackcurrant here has been extracted, and we obtain an extract which concentrates the color intensity, which concentrates the anthocyanins, and after purification we can have anthocyanins which are very good red colors. And you actually can find, if you look, I don't remember which E number anthocyanins are, but anthocyanins have an E number, and they are used in a number of coloring conditions, as colorants in a number of products. And there was an attempt actually done within ISAFRUIT to use the extract as antioxidants on, I don't remember if it's fish or meat, but that was also an interesting point where you could limit the oxidation of lipids in the fish or meat by adding apple antioxidants in the product. Of course, this will change the taste a bit and has to be also optimized. I wanted to say that some of these products are actually available on the market. You have here the data, the fish, whatever, from our partner Valdevir, showing the fibers and the dihydroxide and the polyphenol-rich fraction which are available, and also I think the oil from seeds, which can be also an interesting product. And all of these are available on the market and can be tried in a number of new food products. There is still the need of some thought behind those things, those products, in particular because the color and the particle size have to be optimized. I already presented this slide yesterday. It's an attempt on, it's a trial with apple wedges with pomace. And depending on which pomace you choose, you can have more or less color impact. And in this case, they were not, they were too big. The particles were too big, so there was some graininess. It also increases viscosity, and that can be interesting in a number of products like the purees, where you could go for products which have more body, which are firmer, and have a different use, like you have actually in the dairy products, where you have a whole variety of different products, from very firm to very liquid. More choice for the consumers, actually.